Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Moss Acura of North Tampa, and we have it. This is a 2020 Acura ILX A-Spec. So let's talk a little bit about Acura. Acura is that premium brand from Honda, has been around since 1986, believe it or not. So many iconic names, the NSX, the Legend, the RSX, the Integra. This ILX is in a great compact car segment that's going to give you that extra luxury, extra styling, and definitely when we get to the driving of it, an experience that really is going to separate it from the rest of the pack. So let's go ahead and get into this ILX A-Spec. So right off the bat for 2019, this was totally redesigned. I love Acura's signature dual LED headlight setup. Really slim and trim. You got your daytime running lamps and turn signals all built into one. As we come down, black chrome. I'm not digging this. I like the lighting. I'm gonna zonk this fake vent, especially that it's gloss black. I don't know why they did that. They should have just kept it smooth or used more of this beautiful paint. Now, as we come across the front, they got rid of that beak nose. Really great diamond precision grilling. I like the black chrome around the exterior, that nice large Acura logo. And as we drop down, very clean. Just a little bit of gloss black and a nice open lower grille area really gives the car a look like it's moving, even though it's not, especially here on the grille, the way the parts of it actually kind of cascade away from the Acura logo. Now, when we get up onto the hood, you'll notice starting on the front fascia into that hood, nice high peak, just like on the bigger brother, the TLX, like the way it just fades to the back. And I also think very nice, beautiful signature lines up on the hood to give it a lot of character. As we come around the bend, this being an A-Spec, these are A-Spec specific wheels. 18-inch wheel. I love what they call that shark gray color. It's a nice dark gray, fully ventilated rotors. Looks really good. If you're wondering, 225 on the width, and then the sidewall is going to be a 40 series sidewall. Now, as we go into the fender, you have that A-Spec badging. I'm so glad they didn't put any fake vents or any of that junk on the side. Getting to the mirrors, that beautiful gray. My zonk, and I wish that they would change this, is when you go A-Spec, a sportier spec, I don't want to see chrome around the window treatment. This to me should be either gloss black or flat black. So I am going to zonk that, but I do like the lower sill area, especially as it comes towards the rear. It's got a nice kick up that's going to help direct airflow, so it's not just for show, there's go involved. You do get a sunroof, not a panoramic, but a standard size sunroof, like the rear quarter window. And I love the way there's a very nice, almost flared out look to the rear fender. Coming to the back, probably one of my favorite LED brake light setups. It almost looks like a hockey stick if you look at the design. ILX logo, we have a gloss black trunk lid spoiler, that beautiful precision performance logo of Acura's. We drop down. Here's where it gets a little, like, I just want to make a fist. One stainless steel exhaust tip. That's a zonk. They should have put two to balance out the look and make it a little bit larger, but I do like the rear diffuser area, and everything else looks very sharp from the back. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what we're working with. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. I am gonna zonk this prop rod on an Acura product. It should not be there, but what you're looking at is a naturally aspirated 2.4 liter inline four engine, 201 horsepower, 180 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated through a slick shifting 8-speed DCT transmission. This car weighs about 3,100 pounds, 0 to 60 in about 6.6 seconds, quarter mile in 15.2, a top speed of 130 miles an hour. If you're wondering about MPGs, 24 in the city, 34 on the highway. I like it because there's not a lot of plastic to where you can't see the engine. I could actually look and say, hey, that's an alternator. From a car enthusiast standpoint, it's nice to see the inner bits. Naturally aspirated is going to give you a nice linear power band, but let's go ahead, fire up this ILX and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 ILX A-Spec. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I'm liking the size of this. It falls in that compact car segment. I'm liking the extra feel. I'm liking the look. How much is it? This one MSRPs for around $32,400. A-Spec, remember, is not about performance necessarily. It's about that extra style and performance-oriented look. So let's go ahead and see what we get for the money. To the door panels. Now, I love on the A-Spec when they use that nice red leather. Very, very soft. It really breaks up the sea of black on the door panel. Of course, the material at the top of the door panel is soft, but that leather is absolutely gorgeous and feels good too. When you come to the dash area, here's where I'm a little confused. With this getting a redesign for 2019, some of it's looking really dated. This area right here with these two AC vents, I'm not digging at all. I'm gonna zonk this AC vent. It just does not seem placed right. I do like this trim though. It's like a smart smoke gray, little bit of shiny silver. You're gonna get that dual screen setup. So some people love it. I'm not one of those some people. I'm not really digging it very well, but you have your navigation up top. Down here, you're gonna have your other controls, obviously for like AC and whatnot. If you're hoping for a touchscreen, this is a touchscreen, but you also can use your drive controller here, which is really nice to get through. As we continue to work our way down, you do have your AC controls right here, nicely placed. Dual climate, which is great to see. Little tiny cubby. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of phone you could fit in here, but I guess you could fit one of the smaller iPhones. Don't try one of those full-size ones. It's not gonna work. We'll close it up. You do have heated seats, but not ventilated seats. I do like the start-stop button, the way it's kind of blended in very nicely. And then the shifter, this is gonna be for that 8-speed DCT. I like the leather. It's almost like a baseball, the stitching and everything. Tom used to play baseball for many years. That's the first thing he said. That's a baseball. I said, you're 100% right. Good old-fashioned e-brake with the same stitch work and nice leather to the handle. Some brushed aluminum bits. And then this armrest, very comfortable, that bright red. You push the button, you got USB, aux jack, and a 12-volt. All the connectivity's here. I wish there was wireless charging. That to me would be a zonk at this price point. Love the seats though. I want to sleep in these. I love the red leather, the Alcantara material. They are 10-way adjustable, which is great. On the driver's side, you do get 2 memory settings, and you can see the amount of headroom we're working with. Standard sunroof, still plenty of room. Come on over to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel of this ILX A-Spec. All right, guys, business end, behind the wheel of this ILX A-Spec. This is an A-Spec specific wheel. I love the thickness, the design, the logo looks great. You have very easy to use buttons. I am gonna zonk the paddles. They're plastic, they're small. I don't like them. I don't even like the way they feel. We'll see how it drives once we get rolling here. Instrumentation is a little dated, but it's so easy to read and understand. You can see it's telling me I have low fuel, so I do need a fueler up. But you do have your tachometer, speedometer, everything else is analog setup, nice clean graphics. Overall, the seating position is great. I love the stainless steel brushed aluminum pedals, both the brake pedal and the gas pedal. I just wish they would have done something with the dead pedal over here. But why don't we go ahead and see what kind of room we have for the passengers that you're gonna be driving around. All right, guys, backseat time. I have to admit, it's a little cramped back here. Me being 6 feet tall, I didn't shrink and I didn't grow any from the last time you saw me. I'm a little close to the ceiling. Seats though are comfortable and there's just not a lot of leg room. You're gonna have to ask your passengers to move the seats up. My major zonk, what is going on here? No rear AC, no 12 volt, no USB. To me, that's an issue. That is a zonk for a $32,000 car. I do like the armrest though, very soft. Still that same leather and Alcantara material, which I really like. But why don't we go ahead, see what kind of trunk space we have in this ILX. All right, guys, time to check out what junk we could push in the trunk or put in the trunk. You push this button, nicely placed, pops open. I do like the amount of room that we have back here. Larger opening, it's got a deep floor. Of course, we're gonna be able to fold down that seat, which is really great. The way you're gonna do it is just by pulling that handle, and that's gonna allow you to put longer items in. But why don't we go ahead and get to the best part of any A-Spec car. Let's take this one for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the 2020 ILX A-Spec. Right off the bat, if I'm gonna go Acura, I'm going A-Spec because I love the styling and the feel of the interiors for sure. Plus, you're also gonna get the better wheels. I really think that wheels, when it comes to styling of a car, the wheels make such a difference to the overall styling. And even though this has 18-inch wheels, which I know seems small in the sea of 19, 20, 21-inch wheels that we're now seeing come on vehicles from the factory, it just looks great, especially with the metallic gray paint job of this particular Acura. Guys, acceleration from this dead stop. Pretty peppy. That 8-speed DCT, the shifts are very quick, very, very smooth. I'm sure you heard the noise from the engine, and to me that it was a decent sound. It wasn't anything obnoxious or you know, something that just didn't sound right. So I do like that overall feel. One of my favorite parts of any Honda or Acura when it comes to a sportier model is definitely the feedback you get sitting behind the wheel. I love the weight of the steering, and I also like the way the car communicates to you as you're going around the different bends of where you live. All right, guys, driving down the road, I'm telling you, very, very comfortable, very quiet. Seats are great. Acura does some of the best seats, especially in these A-Spec trim models, from the MDX, the RDX, and to this ILX. Very nicely done. Visibility is great out the windshield, even out that back window. And I was a little worried because there's that center headrest for somebody who's gonna sit in the center of the back seat. Still great visibility, mirrors work awesome, and just very, very smooth. I like I said earlier, the feedback coming to the steering, and just a pleasure to drive. You're gonna get decent MPGs in the city and on the highway. The big issue for me is the dual screen setup. I don't mind the screen up here. If you took this, kind of redesign a little bit and put a 12-inch widescreen, horizontal widescreen in there, I think it would look phenomenal, and then just did something different with the lower area. Don't need another screen. One screen is enough, trust me. Guys, on the loud pedal, 8-speed DCT, doing the business. I'm gonna leave it in automatic mode. On the brakes, into this right-hand bend, very smooth. The feedback, I'm telling you, is phenomenal. The way this thing handles feels great. Remember, it is front-wheel drive and still laying down a good line. Very nicely done. Good sound coming from the engine. I'm gonna make a U-turn and we're gonna try it the other direction using the manual shift option with the paddles. All right, guys, first gear on throttle, into second, third, on the brakes, downshift. Very nice, look at this. Keep it in second, on the brakes, decreasing radius. Back on the gas. So I would like to see a little bit better suspension tuning. I feel like there was a little bit too much body roll, especially coming from an A-Spec car. I really think that that's something Acura needs to add to the A-Spec lineup, is increased suspension tuning and definitely braking capability. Also, you know, coming from a technical side of things, the technology side, how about remapping some of the traction control and other settings to really fit a more sporty, spirited driving excitement type of deal, that where it's going to get the power to the ground. The tires were breaking traction. I know the road was a little damp, but I was actually quite surprised how much wheel spin I was getting as I was exiting each of those turns. But feedback to the wheel was great. There was just too much swaying, like I was on a rowboat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, sort of. And that to me was surprising, being an A-Spec car. Well, it shouldn't be, because I knew that there was no performance tuning. But that is something that if Acura is going to use this precision performance branding and whatnot, then I would like to see more of that, not only in the way the car looks, especially on the interior, but also in the actual handling and driving dynamics of the car. But we're gonna go ahead. Hopefully this gave you an overall great view of the ILX. We're gonna wrap this up and get back to Moss Acura, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been a wonderful day here at Moss Acura of North Tampa. Definitely got to thank David Moss, Ricky, Albert, the rest of the crew, Matt, so accommodating. It's nice to have options, and that's what I really like about this ILX A-Spec. Are there some things that need to be changed? Sure. Can you improve some other places? Yeah, but I think overall, especially the driving portion, I really like the car balance-wise. But if it's stuff like this you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, making the magic happen. Thank you, Tom. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.